Can you do me a favor? Would you mind taking my picture with your phone?
We walked into this store, shot everyone here, except for the one person that actually fits his victim profile. You two said he would lie low, change his appearance. Is this what you call lying low?
I confess a crime like this is out of character for Howard Ennis, but it doesn't invalidate anything I've ever done. The register was wrong. Stands to reason Howard Ennis would have buried his routine because he needed cash to get out of town.
Poppycock. Excuse me? Poppycock. The desperate rhetorical contortions of someone with a pathological need to be right.
I'm not Sherlock Holmes.
Look around you. Howard Ennis, despite his many flaws, is not a complete moron. If money had been his goal, why would he rob a place like this? What's the most he could have gotten away with? $200, maybe $300?
Doesn't take much to win the land.
Then explain his decision to leave that woman alive. You can't, can you? Because you and I both know that her crossing his path was like a piece of chum crossing the path of a ravenous shark.
You think he's sending a message?
I do. I just don't know what it is.
You told me you were a documentary filmmaker.
Who's that, Dave?
No, Cooper, I just watched a ton of porn. Imagine my surprise when I saw a bunch of people having sex in my living room on my couch.
You're angry? You totally should be.
You think?
Look, for what it's worth, I really did want to make a movie about child soldiers in the Sudan.
But what, a bunch of porn actors broke in here and forced you to film them instead?
I needed the money. I couldn't get anyone to invest in the documentary, so I had to turn back to alternative filmmaking, pay the rent.
Wait a second, what do you mean turn back? You mean you made other quote-unquote films?
Not here. Yeah. I'm sorry, John, seriously, if I had the money, I would have shot it anywhere but here. And this gets screwed up. After you took the apartment back, I was gonna ask you out.
How did it go with your friend, the auteur? Didn't talk me into a sequel, did he?
He's not my friend. And he's getting kicked out, the same as me. How's it going here?
Poorly. I detached myself from the Ennis manhunt several hours ago. I thought I could do more useful to his here. I'm trying to decipher his game. It was wrong.
That's mature.
Started out as a simple moustache.
I know I don't like him.
You recall my aversion to bile-spewing pigwood.
Constructionist. Psychiatry journal 10 years ago. About a police consultant she met while on assignment in London. The man she said was in possession of an important deductive art. You seem genuinely upset by her today. So I googled her and I found the article. She never referred to you by name, but still, some of the things that she wrote.
When I first met Catherine Drummond, she showed a modicum of potential as an investigator. So aside from our extracurricular exertions, I tried to tutor her in my methods. She seemed quite amenable at the time. Little did I know she was merely interested in gaining a better understanding of the inner workings of my mind.
She was profiling.
Well, that's not word for it. Discovering the betrayal was one thing. Discovering that she was far more perceptive than I realized was quite another. She predicted my struggles with addiction. She saw it coming, I didn't.
Is that what this is all about? The fact that she got one thing right?
It was, as you will recall from the piece, one of several quite alarming prognostications she made regarding my future. One of several methods by which I might self-destruct. She was right about one.
We got a scene panic. We got 7 dead bodies in the morgue. Now, I know my guys are doing everything they can to find Howard Ennis. And you're the so-called Howard Ennis expert. You don't seem to have the first clue what he's up to next.
I admit Howard Ennis's behavior up to this point has been perplexing. It contradicts everything I've come to know about the man.
Maybe the chaos is the point. The randomness, the deliberate flouting of his profile. Maybe he wants to confuse you.
Miss Watson has a point, Captain. Yesterday I posited that Ennis was attempting to send us a message. Today I would posit that the confusion is the message.
Captain, it's Ennis. He just called the station, asked to speak to the person in charge of the task force. I got him on hold in your office.
This is Captain Gregson of the NYPD.
Hello, Captain Gregson of the NYPD. This is Howard Ennis.
May I assume that my old friend Miss Drummond is listening in?
Say your piece, Mr. Ennis.
I'll take that as a yes. I saw you on the news yesterday, Catherine. You are not aging well. I'm calling because I thought it was time that I explained what I'm up to.
Actually, Mr. Ennis, that won't be necessary.
Excuse me?
Well, I just figured it out. This is entirely about Miss Drummond, correct? You despise her. Why? Well, obvious answer is that she's the agent most responsible for your capture. But I think there's more to it than that. You detest her because she solved you. She climbed inside your head. She pulled all your ugly secrets out and exposed them. She demystified them. Now you're doing everything in your power to violate her profile, rail against it, show everyone that, well, you know who you were, solved.
I like you. I know who you are. The deductionist. Accent gave you away. You see, I did a lot of reading in prison. I found everything Catherine ever wrote. And by the way, you're right. I do want to humiliate Catherine. But not because of what she did to me. Because of what she did to my family.
You serious, Howard? Didn't you just abandon your dying sister in a hospital?
My father was a good man. It wasn't his fault that I ended up the way I did. But you, Catherine, you alleged that he abused me on a regular basis. That he made me into the man that I am today.
You know as well as I know that there were multiple allegations of abuse.
My father is most